Hi, my name is Logan, and I'm on a journey to try food from every country in the world. Food is one of the universal languages that unites all of us, and I want to know what the world eats. So can I afford to fly all around the world? Or let alone afford to eat every traditional dish? No. But I'm lucky enough to live in one of the most multicultural countries of the world, so I'll make do with what I got. So come join me on this adventure of worldwide culinary discovery. Here are some of the common ingredients in Nepalese cuisine. First up we have lentils, your source of protein and fiber, potatoes and rice, which are your carbohydrate sources. Together, the lentils and rice form a staple dish of Nepalese cuisine, known as dal bhat. Dal means lentil soup, bhat means boiled rice. Dal bhat is usually served on a platter, otherwise known as a thali, with other dishes including curries and vegetables. Moving on to the next ingredients, we have cornmeal and barley. These are rice substitutes in higher regions of Nepal, as rice does not grow well in higher altitudes. We have yogurt, also known as dahi, a source of dairy, and flour. White flour is commonly used to make momos, which you'll see later in this video, while rice flour is used to make sel roti. Next up we have tomatoes, and they're used to make tomato aka, otherwise known as chutney. The herbs and spices used include cumin, coriander, turmeric, chilies, and garlic. Mustard oil is the primary cooking oil, while the meats consumed are lamb and mutton, chicken, fish, and water buffalo. Water buffalo is very common in Newari cuisine. Newari people are the historical inhabitants of the Kathmandu Valley. It should be noted that beef consumption is prohibited as the majority of Nepal follows Hinduism. So that's enough talk about ingredients. Now let's have a look at what Adelaide has to offer for Nepalese food. What better way to test out the authenticity of Nepalese food with my friend Sabine. So before we start eating, let's have a beer. I'm having Nepal Ice, and to be honest, I'm not that good at telling the difference between the taste of beers. And all I can say, it's good enough for me. Cheers. Here is how Sabine summarizes Nepalese food. If you don't like your food to be as spicy and intense as Indian food, then Nepalese food is the way to go. So let's start off with one of the most traditional Nepalese snacks, a momo. It's a steamed dumpling with optional filling, vegetarian or meat. This one's made out of chicken, and it is usually made with chili, onion, ginger, garlic, cumin, coriander, cinnamon, salt, and pepper. And the sauce that usually comes with momos is called Momo ko aka, otherwise known as tomato chutney, and it's generally made of tomatoes, sesame seeds, coriander, chilies, garlic, ginger, cumin, mustard seeds, fenugreek seeds, pepper, lemon or lime, and salt. It should be noted though that when you usually have momos, you don't just have one, you have several. That's better. But I guess because we ordered this momo as a part of a banquet, it's understandable. So how does it taste? The momo itself is not so flavoursome. I like the fact that it's a little package of meat and vegetables. The texture is very soft and would make for a great snack in colder weathers. How about the sauce? Well, the sauce is mildly spicy and has that tangy tomato taste to it, and it definitely adds heaps of flavours to your momos. And here is the samosa. It is a puff pastry filled with potatoes, green peas, coriander, onion, chili, salt, turmeric, cumin, ginger and garlic. How does it taste? It has a very flavoursome vegetable filling, and it doesn't need sauce, as it is already flavoursome on its own. Now you may have noticed that some of these foods seem Indian, not so much Nepalese. However, Nepalese cuisine historically has been influenced by Indian, Chinese and Tibetan cuisines. For this banquet, we were given 3 types of charcoal meats. First up we have charcoal chicken, pleko sekua, charcoal fish, pleko matcha, and
that's the charcoal rum. Yeah, you won't find that in Nepal because that's beef, so yeah.
While beef is not consumed by the Nepalese for religious reasons, I understand that for a restaurant that is based in a Western country like Australia, the authenticity of a menu will have to be compromised in order to meet the local food preferences. It is a completely understandable business decision, and this highlights one of the limitations of my journey in discovering world cuisine, and that is not all foods will be truly authentic. But at the end of the day, if we learn about world food together, then that's all that matters to me. Now let's get back to the taste of these charcoal meats. Now all of these meats have been cooked in a clay charcoal oven. Now I didn't know what a clay charcoal oven is, but I did a bit of research and found this. That is awesome. We noticed that the same marinade was used for all of them. Now I don't know the exact ingredients used to make the marinade at this restaurant. From my research online though, I found that the marinade could include ginger, garlic, garam masala, chili flakes, turmeric, lemon, oil, cumin, onion and honey. It is recommended to have these charcoal meats with mint yogurt sauce, otherwise known as raita. This sauce is made with cucumbers, cumin, mint and natural yogurt. The marinade easily warms the tongue with its rich flavours, and you can really taste the spices, but it's not so spicy in the chili sense. The clay pot oven method is effective here at embedding the flavours deep into the meat, which makes the meat, regardless of the type, taste delicious. It's so flavoursome that you could eat the meat by itself without needing any sauce. However, the mint sauce provides a winning combination with the flavour of the marinade. As for the mint sauce has a refreshing mint and creamy taste that works really well to cool the spiced flavours of the charcoal meats. Here we have some roti, also known as flatbread, and it's made with wheat flour, butter, salt and sugar. And I believe that it works well with sweet and salty flavours. And now we'll move on to some curries. So next up we have Khasi Ko Masu, otherwise known as goat curry. Aside from the obvious fact that it's made from goat meat, this curry is also made with tomatoes, onion, coriander, chilies, cumin, turmeric, paprika, ginger, salt and oil. Now I really like this dish. The curry itself is mildly spicy and has savoury, earthy flavours that altogether tastes lean. It doesn't taste as greasy or as creamy as more popular curries like butter chicken. I think the leanness of the curry works well with the goat meat, as goat meat is considered by nutritionists as one of the leanest red meats. So not only is this relatively healthy, but it is also delicious too. I think goat curry is an amazing dish, and it's been rated highly in terms of Nepalese authenticity. And now we have butter chicken. Now this is definitely more of an Indian dish, but as said before, Nepalese cuisine has historically been influenced by Indian cuisine. Now I don't know the exact recipe for the butter chicken made here, but I do know that it's usually made from butter, onions, garlic, ginger, tomatoes and tomato paste, garam masala, turmeric, chili and curry powder, cardamom, chicken stock and cream. As for the taste, it is creamy and like the name suggests, buttery. The chicken is tender and makes this dish easy to eat. It's definitely a great meal to warm you up on a cold day without burning your tongue, as it is not spicy at all. And I always found from my experience when it comes to butter chickens that the taste of the butter or ghee outweighs the spices used. That's just me, however, and I've always ranked butter chicken as my least favourite curry. If you like a savoury dish with cream and butter, then I would highly recommend this dish to you. Next up we have curry pumpkin, or Pharsi. It is made from pumpkin, potato, fenugreek seeds, mustard seeds, cumin, turmeric powder, onions, salt, curry powder, garlic paste, chopped tomatoes and shallots. I've never had this before, so how did it taste? Now this meal is the highlight of my night. I've never had curried pumpkin before, and all I can say is that it tastes amazing. The texture of the pumpkin is mushy, and there is plenty of robust savoury flavours from the spices used that works really well with the sweetness of the pumpkins. I could eat this stuff by the kilos, and I really look forward to making it at home. Sabine also rates this dish highly in Nepalese authenticity. Next up we have mustard greens, also known as Rayako Saag. The greens are sauteed with dried chilies, ginger, cumin, coriander, turmeric, mustard and fenugreek seeds. For those who have not had mustard greens before, they have this distinct bitter and peppery taste to them. They're extremely healthy and are rich in vitamins A, C and K. I would not recommend eating them raw though, as they taste much better when they are sauteed, as they are here. The spices used do not eliminate the distinct bitterness of the plant, but they do bring aromas that help make them easier to eat. Personally, I don't mind mustard greens, I quite like them. A nifty trick to try is to put them in your instant noodles. Surprisingly, they'll make them taste a lot better. So now it's time to move on to desserts. First up, we have mango kulfi. Now this is more of an Indian dessert, and it's ice cream made from mango, condensed milk, cream and pistachios, and it is also served with strawberry sauce. How does it taste? Well, it has a fascinating taste. There's a combination of mango and nutty flavours. It's creamy, but it's not too sweet. The strawberry sauce brings extra sweetness and tanginess to the dish. I like it. And finally we have lamun. Lamun is a sweet dumpling made from ghee, milk and milk powder, baking powder and flour served in sugar syrup with saffron and rose water. How does it taste? It's moist, very sweet, and the inside is very firm. And there's a fragrant hint of saffron to the dish. I'd highly recommend this dish for people with sweet tooths. And that brings us to the end of our night. So what did we think of the Nepalese food at this restaurant? Here are the dishes that Sabine rates highly in terms of Nepalese authenticity. Momos, instead of just having one though, you should have multiple. The goat curry and the pumpkin curry. And how's my experience with Nepalese food? I find Nepalese food to be fascinating. It's both tasty and healthy. And I have a newfound love for Nepalese pumpkin curry, goat curry and momos. I look forward to these recipes and learning how to make them at home myself. And that brings us to the end of another episode of Logan Eats the World. 2 countries down, 194 to go. Thank you for watching. If you would like to support this show, make sure to like this video and click the subscribe button. And click the notification bell to be notified of new episodes when they come out. You can also follow me on the social media links as seen on the screen. What better way to test the auth? What better way? Now that is pretty awesome. Yes, yes. And honey. The chicken is tender and makes the shallots. Ooh, onion, yeah. Oh, yeah. My headphones falling out. New Greek seeds. I like it. I like it a lot. And rose water. Rose water. I really look forward to